When people think about Brazil, they usually think about crime, violence, robberies, football, wild partying, carnival. But most people don't usually think about family vacations and family getaways. But surprisingly, there are some places in Brazil where you can take your family, have a family holiday, have nice food, enjoy the beach. And one of these places is Porto de Galinhas in the northeast of Brazil. The town is really nice. It's very safe, nice beaches, very family friendly, very couple friendly. There is not crazy nightlife and wild parties. If you are a younger person or a single person and you want to go to a safe beach town with a bit more fun, you may want to consider the town of Pipa. I've actually made 2 videos on Pipa. If you just go to my channel homepage, go to my Pipa playlist, you will see these videos here. But of course, this video is not about Pipa. This video is about Porto de Galinhas. We're going to talk about 3 things that you need to know before you come to Porto de Galinhas. Now, just before I go into the 3 things that you need to know before coming to Porto de Galinhas, do let me know if you've been here before. Have you traveled to Porto de Galinhas? Did you like it? Would you return back? And do let me know also if you're planning a trip here sometime soon. As I mentioned before, not many people are aware of this town, but if you're planning a trip, that will be interesting to know. Now, the first thing you need to know about this town is obviously how do you get there? The best thing to do is to get to the city of Recife. Now, Recife does have a major international airport, so you may fly into that airport if that's best suited for you, or there is a bus terminal if you are arriving from another nearby city, the terminal rodoviário. That was my best attempt at trying to pronounce that word correctly. Or perhaps you're just staying in Recife anyway. The best bet to get from Recife to Porto de Galinhas is to just use Uber. Before you even come to Brazil, make sure you have the Uber app downloaded on your phone, because you will be taking a lot of Ubers when you are in Brazil. And Uber is safe. It's relatively affordable in Brazil, and it's going to be the most efficient way of getting from Recife to Porto de Galinhas. Now, depending on where in Recife you're catching the Uber from, more or less, it's going to take about an hour in the Uber. And just to give you a rough idea on the cost, in March 2025, as I'm recording this, the cost of my Uber, which again was about an hour on the way there to Porto de Galinhas, this was about 107 reais. And in US dollars, that's about $19 today at the time of recording, which for an hour in an Uber is not too bad. On the way back, it was a little bit more expensive. On the way back to Recife, it was about 123 reais, and again, that's around 21.5 US dollars. Now, if you are going on your own to Porto de Galinhas, or if you're going with your partner or a couple of friends, there is a cheaper alternative to Uber. You can consider using the carpooling website BlaBlaCar. Now, I've never used BlaBlaCar before, so I don't really want to personally recommend something that I've not used. But as you can see here, the prices are a lot cheaper per person. I mean, if you are going to Porto de Galinhas on your own, you are literally saving about 80% of the cost if you are going to use BlaBlaCar. Just make sure that you type in your web browser blablacar.com.br. Make sure the .br is at the end of it, otherwise you won't see any of these journeys. They're only available on the Brazilian website. And actually, I am quite interested to know how many of you watching this have used BlaBlaCar before. Was your experience good? Was it all smooth? Yeah, just let me know in the comments if you have. Now, another option that you may wish to consider, especially if you are on a tight budget, may be the bus. There are public buses that run from Recife to Porto de Galinhas, but to be honest with you, if you are on vacation, getting a public bus that can be quite hot and sweaty in a very hot and sweaty part of the world may not be very ideal. It's not something that I would want to do. So I would say the best options really are Uber or BlaBlaCar if you've used that before. But for more details on the bus, I will put a link to this website you see on the screen right now in the description below. Now then, let's move on to the second thing that you need to know before you come to Porto de Galinhas. We've talked about how you get here, but where should you stay? Luckily, Porto de Galinhas is pretty small, so as long as you stay somewhere near the main town, you'll be fine. That said, I would recommend trying to stay somewhere near the main pedestrian strip that I've highlighted here in the clip. This is where you'll find lots of cafes, restaurants, souvenir shops. All the action is happening along this strip here, but if you do have a bigger budget, you may want to get a hotel just on the beach. Prices in restaurants and cafes in Porto de Galinhas are pretty decent, even for northeast Brazilian standards, which already is quite an affordable part of the world for Westerners, especially if you go to one of the buffet self-service restaurants in town. You can be paying around $5 to $6 per person at one of these buffet places. Or if you want to go to a nice restaurant, a main meal per person is going to be somewhere around $12 to $15. In the northeast of Brazil, expect to eat a lot of seafood. They love their seafood. They love their shrimp. There is so much shrimp on all of the menus at these restaurants, and lots of fish dishes too. Now, another advantage of staying near the main pedestrian strip is that you can can go out at night and experience the nighttime vibe. As I said earlier in the video, this really is not a party town, so do not expect lots of bars and clubs everywhere on the strip, but it is a nice vibe to walk around the town at night time. You do have some busy restaurants and bars where you can listen to some live Brazilian music. Now let's move on to the third and final thing that you need to know before you come to Porto de Galinhas. But before that, do hit the like button if you are enjoying this video and if you're finding it useful. Hopefully this is encouraging you guys to come to Brazil, because as you're seeing from my recent videos, Brazil is not all danger and violence and crime. There are some really nice and safe places in this country, so hopefully this may be changing some of your perceptions. But again, smash that like button if you are finding this video useful. Now, as I think about it, I actually do have a bonus fourth thing to watch out for when you come to Porto de Galinhas, but I'm going to mention that at the end, so do stick to the end of this video. But the third thing that you need to know about coming to this town is that you should not just stick to the main Praia de Porto de Galinhas, the main beach that you see in the main town. Go and explore some of the other nearby beaches. Go and have a 30 to 60 minute walk up north to Praia dos Carneiros, or walk down south to Maracaipe Beach, because these beaches have much more space. They're much less crowded. You can go and swim in the water. The water is really nice and warm and it's really clear blue. Now, the main Porto de Galinhas beach is really nice. There's a really nice vibe there. It's busy. There's a really good atmosphere. You've got all the beach guys there serving food and drinks. And even when I was there, as you can see on the screen here, there was a bit of a carnival procession happening on the beach. But if you do walk a little bit south or a little bit north, as I said before, you get a lot more space, lovely water. It's a nice day out at the beach. Now, also something that I would say is a really cool thing to do, go to the beach at nighttime, because at nighttime the tide is really low and a lot of people at the weekend go onto the beach, the main Porto de Galinhas beach. You've got kids playing football on the beach, you've got guys with their Brazilian jukeboxes playing their Brazilian music. It's just a really nice evening out actually to go to the beach at nighttime. Now then, the bonus thing that I wanted to mention about coming to Porto de Galinhas was something about paying by bank card. Now, if you've watched this video that I put on the screen here, 5 things to know before you visit Brazil, you'll know that I mentioned that in Brazil, if you have a foreign bank card, that counts as a credit card as far as Brazilians are concerned. So when they ask you debito or credito, you say credito because they count it as a credit card, regardless of whether it's a debit or credit card back home. What I was noticing in Porto de Galinhas a few times, when I was using my foreign bank card, which in 99% of Brazil counts as a credit card, when I was saying credito is a credit card, the transaction was declined. But then when the transaction was changed to debito on the card machine, it then worked, which was quite strange. So do let me know in the comment section if you've been to Porto de Galinhas and you've had this same issue where when you say credito, it doesn't work, but debito works. Let me know, just because I'm interested. So to summarize Porto de Galinhas, this really is a vacation spot. There isn't really too much to do other than go to the beach, have some drinks and eat some food. So if you're looking to relax, have a break, Porto de Galinhas is a great option in the northeast of Brazil. I would recommend spending at least one night here. I mean, you could visit Porto de Galinhas as a day trip from Recife, but to be honest with you, I would just stay overnight because you will want to chill at the beaches. The beaches are really nice there. But if you are a family on vacation or a couple, I would say between 2 to 4 nights is a nice amount of time for you to go to the beach, chill, put your feet up and enjoy the Brazilian vibe. Once again, I do hope you have found today's video useful and interesting. Hit the like button if you have. Make sure that you hit the notification bell on my channel homepage so that you don't miss out on my future videos, and make sure that you do subscribe to my channel for more travel content. So thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next video.